Welcome to another neuralcloud video. Do you like big sisters? Do you like big assets? Do you like loyalty and dedication? Well then, the Lacey, the Molten Heart reboot is just for you. Cue intro.
お仕事一日お疲れ様でした。今夜は素敵な景色が見られるそうです。よかったら見に行きませんか？ニューラルクラウド。
The Lacey is a medic unit specializing in single-targeted heals, and I really do mean single-targeted, while simultaneously buffing the unit's damage. Her passive is called You Are My ADC. She attaches herself to the ally unit with the greatest attack or hash rate in the same row, enhancing their attack or hash rate proportionally and continuously healing them, all the things that a good support should do while supporting their bot laner. Do keep note that she only buffs the same unit in the same row as her. This effectively allows you to select which unit you want to buff, and prevents you from having the cases where she buffs your tanks. Moving on, her auto skill is pretty straightforward. The Lacey gains super armor and basically becomes a better support overall. She also deals continuous magical damage to whoever's in contact with the bond between her and her soulmate. Finally, we have her ultimate, Cardinal Splendor. The Lacey ejects tentacles from her tail, basically nuking the board with her BFF energy while also shielding her allies. And after a long day of work, finally get to see her animation. She's basically a dog op, right? But just 1/4 of him? But then again, she's also a more kawaii version. So yeah, I mean, if this animation doesn't sell you on her, I'm not really sure what will. Well, I guess there's always her assets, but I mean, look at her face. Moving on to her algorithm, there's really not much to say. It's the standard one that you run on most medics. Basically hash rate in offensive options, some defensive options so they basically don't get blown up, and then loop gain for her since she constantly heals. That's about it for the algorithm. You can basically fine-tune it according to your own needs. Next we have team comms. Technically, I always think that you can put any unit in any team comm, whether it's optimal or not. However, she does have some upsides over units like Nanaka. She's able to buff warriors more effectively than Nanaka because most of the time the warriors will exit her healing zone. And she pairs extremely well with the upcoming unit, Hatsuchiri, which can dive into the enemy backline. All the while, she's able to keep herself safely in the backline while providing heals and buffs. Well, you could always play a full medic team if you like to challenge yourself. I'll probably release a video about it someday. With that, we can move on to the final segment of the video, which is the question that everyone would be asking, or most of you, which is should you pull for the Lacey? Well, the general consensus is to skip, and there's a few reasons why. Number one, Hatsuchiri, the very broken Eldritch Lord warrior, is coming after her, and she's quite niche compared to the other healers like Nanaka and Persicaria, which are more generalistic healers. And last but not least, you are just broke, I guess. Probably bankrupt from the Kuro banner. However, I personally will be pulling for her. Why? It's because because she's wholesome. And also,
Mama went to the bank. Boom.
thank you for watching. If you're summoning, good luck. And that's all for today. Goodbye.